Xander, Simon and Sharky spent a week at Esmeralda's training camp. During the visit, Simon spent most of his time outside the compound with Tango and Peppy. Sharky spent most of her time with Mouse, and it was apparent that they had become close friends. Xander theorized that a large portion of their attraction might be due to sharing a similar background. He realized his wasn't the only one with that opinion when Duchess commented that Mouse was Sharky's brother from another mother. Late on Friday afternoon, all the puppies and Sharky were given a skills test, and, as each passed the week's lessons, they were awarded a bright blue flea collar. To Xander's amusement, Duchess even secured one on Sharky. Knowing that she considered a collar equivalent to leg irons or a ball and chain, Xander expected a strong negative response and was surprised when Sharky's reaction was a blushing nose and a big smile. "What's with you?" he asked, when he got the chance. "I thought you hated collars." Sharky's nose turned a deeper crimson. "I learned they could be an award for achievement, not just a symbol of slavery." "Good for you," he said, proud to know she was open-minded enough to weigh the value of new information. "Tomorrow morning, I plan to return to Port Antonio." "So soon?" He nodded. "I need to finish my survey before June, because that is when the storms usually start." "So, you'll be leaving Jamaica completely?" "Yes. Hurricanes and tropical storms can wreak havoc. That plus the high percentage of dogs and the political instability of many of these island countries makes it important to have safe places. And you're responsible for that." It wasn't a question, but he nodded anyway. "Will you ever come back?" "When I can, but I don't know when that might be." Simon seems to be capable of handling things. Xander hoped his confidence wasn't misplaced. And if he needs help, I'm sure Dame Esmeralda would advise him. Probably Duke and Duchess, too. He didn't doubt that for a minute, though he would never say so out loud. While he no longer viewed each and every dog as a demon, he still believed that either due to heredity or environment, a significant portion of the species qualified. "I'll miss you," Sharky admitted to her toes. "I've enjoyed your company, too." He glanced around the compound. "Will you stay here and continue to attend class?" "I think so." Her attention remained fixed on her toes. "Good." Her head popped up in surprise. "Since you'll be here, you'll be able to keep me posted on this training operation." He smiled. "Something tells me that you'll be more objective than some of the others, who only see what they want to see." "I can try, but I don't know how to contact you." "That's easy." Soon, he and Dame Esmeralda were instructing her on the use of computers and the codes, which kittens usually mastered in their first month of life. When they finished, Dame Esmeralda took Xander on a stroll around the grounds. "I'm thrilled with Sharky's decision to stay." "I figured you would be, but why do you seem surprised?" "I assumed that she would return to Port Antonio. That is her home, after all. I'm not sure she has ever had much of a home. Besides, I'll be sailing back to the Bahamas as soon as possible." He batted away a buzzing insect. "It is her life and her choice, but if I had anything to say about it, I would think it would probably be better for her to be here, with friends." "Did she tell you that Mouse will be heading back with you?" "No. Are you sure she knows?" She thought for a moment, then shrugged. "Perhaps not." As she had considered her answer to his question, he had realized that she intended him to travel across half the island with a puppy. "I really don't need an escort." "But he might." "I beg your pardon?" Xander asked, now quite confused by the conversation. Had she just said that she wanted him to play bodyguard for a puppy? The thought was so disorienting that he nearly sat down. "Mouse volunteered to infiltrate the dog training camp you reported about. The one in the mangroves?" She nodded. "Since both of you seem to be heading for the same general area, it seems sensible for you to travel together." "True," he agreed, even though every emotion he had warred with her indisputable logic. "Excellent," she purred. "You will leave in the morning, after we break the night's fast." "So you have this all planned?" "Indeed." She swished her elegant tail and proceeded along the path with majestic dignity. "The gardener is being dispatched to the Port Antonio market to buy pork and some other things Cook needs, so he will be driving within a few blocks of their training facility." "Meowser." It sounded like she was talking about door-to-door limo service for a truck that had taken him and Sharky more than 2 harrowing days of bug bites, singed paws, humiliating bathes and that revolting landing in rotting fish entrails. He inclined his head with the proper dignity. I appreciate you organizing this, he said.